The path you're about to take could lead to consequences you aren't prepared for. Think carefully before you act. Sometimes, the hardest decisions are the ones we must make when we feel lost. Don't rush into anything without clarity. In the chaos of life, the loudest warning often comes from within. Pay attention to that voice. Regret is a heavy burden, one you don't want to carry. So pause and reflect before taking any drastic steps. There's power in the pause. Before you react, take a breath and listen to the silent warnings around you. Ignoring your instincts is like walking blindfolded. You don't want to end up lost in a place you can't escape. Every decision we make shapes our future. Don't make a choice in haste that could haunt you for years. The mind speaks in whispers, but regret shouts. Listen to the quiet warnings before it's too late. When something feels off, trust that feeling. It's your inner wisdom sending you a crucial message. Actions have consequences. Think about the impact before you make a choice that could change everything. Sometimes, walking away from something feels like a loss, but it's actually the greatest win you could have. You can't undo what you're about to do, so make sure it's something you'll be proud of later. Not every opportunity is meant for you. Some doors are better left closed for your own protection. Life has a way of teaching us lessons, but not all lessons are easy. Some are painful warnings. You are stronger than you think, but that doesn't mean you should test your limits unnecessarily. The world may tempt you to act quickly, but real growth comes from patience and careful consideration. Sometimes the greatest act of courage is walking away from something that's not serving you. No one can predict the future, but if your gut is telling you to stop, you might want to listen. Your peace is worth more than a momentary thrill. Choose wisely where you invest your energy. The truth may not always be easy to hear, but ignoring it now will only bring more pain later. Before you leap, ask yourself, what's on the other side? Are you prepared for what awaits? There's strength in restraint. Resist the urge to act without thinking, and you'll be thankful later. Sometimes, the best decision you can make is the one that keeps you grounded and safe. Every choice carries a ripple effect. Make sure the waves you create are the ones you want to ride. If it feels like a warning, it probably is. Don't ignore the signs. They're there to guide you. The mind might try to rush, but the heart knows when something isn't right. Follow your intuition. Regret is the loudest echo in your life, and it only gets stronger with time. Prevent it before it grows. If you feel unsure, it's okay to step back and reassess. Not every moment demands an immediate response. What seems like an opportunity might actually be a trap. Don't fall into it out of desperation. Sometimes it's not about taking action, but about knowing when to step back and breathe. Even the strongest of us can be caught off guard by our own impulses. Don't let yours guide you blindly. Trust is earned, but mistakes can be irreversible. Think before you trust something that doesn't feel right. Life doesn't always give second chances, so make sure your first move is one you won't regret. There's wisdom in waiting. Don't rush to make a choice just because the moment feels urgent. Your peace of mind is priceless. Don't sacrifice it for something that won't matter in the long run. Sometimes the hardest part is realizing when to walk away from something that isn't meant for you. Your intuition is a guardian angel in disguise. Listen to it before the storm clouds gather. Take your time with decisions that could impact your future. Rushed choices often lead to regrets. The world will always have something to offer, but that doesn't mean it's always in your best interest. There are moments in life when silence is the loudest warning. Pay attention to what's unsaid. When the red flags are waving, don't ignore them. They're telling you to stop before it's too late. You may not see the consequences now, but they will come, so think carefully before you act. The mind wants instant gratification, but the heart knows that lasting peace comes from thoughtful decisions. Sometimes, what seems like a setback is actually the universe protecting you from something worse. Before you make any decisions, ask yourself, will this bring me peace or will it create chaos? No matter how tempting it is, don't ignore the small signs that something isn't right. It's easy to get caught up in the moment, but real strength comes from resisting impulses that don't serve you. A moment of hesitation could save you from years of regret. Don't rush the process. Not every situation is what it seems. What appears to be a solution may actually be a complication in disguise. You can't change the past, but you can prevent the future from being something you wish to forget. Pause, reflect, and then act. It's the key to making choices that align with your true self. Sometimes, the hardest choice is the right one. Don't be afraid to choose what brings you peace. Rushing forward without thinking often leads to unnecessary struggles. Don't let impatience dictate your path. What you're about to do may seem harmless now, but consider the long-term consequences before moving forward. A true warning is never shouted. It whispers, guiding you to make the right decision before it's too late. The choice you make today will determine the life you live tomorrow. Choose wisely. There is power in restraint, and sometimes the greatest power lies in saying no. Sometimes it's better to walk away from a situation than to engage in something you know will hurt you. Life is full of choices, but not every choice deserves your attention. Choose what's meant for you, not just what's easiest. A clear mind makes clear choices. If you're unsure, give yourself time to find clarity before you act. The path to peace is often paved with difficult choices. Don't shy away from the tough decisions that bring you closer to tranquility. When you're unsure, pause and reflect. The right choice will always feel more peaceful than the wrong one. The greatest lessons often come from the choices we almost made. Trust that your hesitation has purpose. Don't let temporary emotions drive permanent decisions. Take a step back and evaluate what truly matters. You are in control of your destiny, but only if you stop to think before you act. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is simply wait, watch, and listen before you make a move. It's not the situation that determines your peace, but how you respond to it. Choose wisely. Regret is the shadow that follows quick decisions. Slow down to avoid its grasp. You may feel pushed by the world, but remember, you don't have to rush. The right moment will find you. The universe often sends small whispers of warning, but it's up to you whether you'll listen before they turn into a storm. Life can be loud, but wisdom often speaks softly. Tune in to the subtle warnings before making your move. When everything feels urgent, it's often the perfect time to slow down and reevaluate. Don't mistake comfort for safety. Sometimes the most comfortable choices are the ones that bring the most harm. Every choice has consequences, but those consequences can be softened by patience and reflection. Your first instinct is a gift, but your second thought is often the one that saves you from unnecessary pain. Not all battles are worth fighting. Choose wisely which ones deserve your energy and time. The longer you wait, the clearer the picture becomes. Don't rush to color in what you don't fully understand. You can't undo what you've done, so make sure your actions are worth the irreversible change they bring. Sometimes the best way forward is to stay still for a moment and let clarity find you. Avoiding the hard choice today will only make tomorrow's consequences harder to bear. When you act impulsively, you forfeit control over your own destiny. Take a step back and reclaim your power. The road to wisdom is often long and winding, but it's always worth the extra effort to take it. Sometimes, what feels like a loss is really a gift in disguise, protecting you from a future you can't see yet. Listen to the silence between your thoughts. It's often where the truth hides, waiting for you to find it. When you're feeling lost, pause and ask yourself, what is my heart telling me? Your heart often knows the way. Fear may make you want to act quickly, but peace comes with patience. Don't let fear drive your decisions. Rushing through life may seem like the fastest way to get ahead, but it's often the quickest way to lose your way. A moment of stillness can reveal more than a lifetime of noise. Don't let haste drown out the wisdom you need. The quickest decisions often lead to the longest regrets. Slow down and listen carefully before you leap. Don't let the opinions of others drown out the voice of your own intuition. Trust yourself to make the right choice. Sometimes the hardest thing to do is the best thing for your future. Choose the difficult path if it leads to peace.